Hi everybody. My name is Jerry Wise, and this video is entitled 32 Traits of a Narcissist. My past includes being a social worker, a chemical dependency counselor, a psychiatric family counselor, a pastor, and other things as well, a marriage and family therapist. And now I am a life and relationship coach, meeting with people all over the world. And I'm glad that I have people who enjoy my videos and send me comments that I'm so appreciative of. This video I felt was important to talk about the traits of narcissism so that people can be educated and protect themselves is the purpose for this video. I hope that you will join my YouTube channel. Click join. I hope you'll click the bell so you can get the new videos that come out. And I particularly would like you to join the inexpensive YouTube membership. If you join as a member, it's $1.99 a month, and it helps us to create more free videos. These take work, time, and energy, and viewer support is very important to continue these videos and to make them free to my audience. I also have a masterclass coming up on December 5th, 2020 from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be on Zoom, so it'll be COVID-free, and you can have a workshop with me live. And I hope you'll go to the website and sign up for that workshop. Again, I want to share with you today traits of a narcissist. And remember, these are traits. This is not for the purpose of diagnosis. Please consult with a mental health professional about the narcissist trait people in your life. Now, while I agree we should be careful about labeling and diagnosing someone, however, we make assessments and evaluations of people and situations all the time. I want to inform that process that we use every day with these traits so that we can make a common sense assessment. And many people I have heard, many people said, well, you shouldn't diagnose someone with NPD unless they've gone to a psychiatrist to get diagnosed. Well, I wonder how many NPD sufferers will show up at a psychiatrist's office. Probably not very many. And again, these traits are to help protect us from the narcissistic trait people in our lives. Now, we don't have the same rules. Let's say if somebody has depression, we assess that someone is depressed without an MD's signature on that. Also, I have a right to act on what I see and observe and sense, even if I didn't graduate from the medical school at the University of Chicago, which the psychiatrist that I worked for a number of years had graduated, and he was excellent at diagnosing. I do believe that a misassessing of someone can be harmful and that we need to get guidance and help. Make sure you're using your adult self, not necessarily your inner child, your adult self, your non-reactive self to assess someone. Because narcissists are not simply people we just don't like or may even treat us badly. People who treat us badly may not be narcissists, but that can be one of the traits of narcissism. This video is to inform us about the people who tend to be along the narcissistic spectrum or continuum. The fewer the traits, the less the narcissism. Each of us could have some of these traits. The greater number of traits, the more people tend to be narcissists. This is a common sense awareness of how narcissists how narcissists operate, and how we can think about them. I would strongly recommend the book by Dr. Joseph Burgo, The Narcissist You Know, Defending Yourself Against Extreme Narcissists in an All-About-Me Age. And that's Dr. Joseph Burgo, Burgo. And he's a psychologist, and I think he does a great service in helping us understand different types of narcissists. Basically, there are 5 signs of narcissism. 1, emotional insecurity. And these are signs. I'll get to the traits in a minute. Generally, emotional insecurity, an emotional reactivity that's highly sensitive, an extreme sense of entitlement, circular arguments that don't make sense, pathological lying, and blaming you for their problems. Here are the 35 traits of narcissism. The more traits, the more categories, the more narcissistic the person is. And we want to discover a critical mass. In other words, not just 1 trait, 2 traits, 3 traits, but really we start to see many traits start to build as we try to evaluate or assess a parent, a sibling, a coworker, a boss, a pastor. Just because someone does not seem to show much empathy, for example, doesn't equal that they're a narcissist. Though a narcissist will have little to no empathy. The more traits, the stronger the case for MPD. But people who have 1 trait from each category can be troublesome. So let me share with you these traits. The first group is empathy and emotions. 1, feels uncomfortable with his or her emotions. 2, lacks interest in you and your feelings. 3, criticizes you for feeling too much or for overreacting. 4, when angry or upset, often denies feeling that way. A narcissist will not take responsibility for their own feelings. And they will stir up trouble, they will stir up conflict, so they don't have to be responsible for their feelings. 5, feels envious or imagines other people to be envious of him or her. 6, goes on the attack when hurt or frustrated and can explode with rage. And 7, lacks insight into the way his or her behavior affects others. They are just not interested in how it affects others and have no insight into how it does affect others. Second category, self-image and social interactions. Number 8, is preoccupied with the way he or she is viewed by others. 9, arrogant, vain, and haughty, exaggerates accomplishments. 10, makes obvious plays for attention and admiration. 11, hyper-competitive and ambitious. 12, easily slighted, tends to misinterpret innocent remarks as put-downs. And again, they have a very highly sensitization to shame. And if it gets any close to that core of shame, they just react. And even innocent remarks can create that. 13, makes contemptuous remarks about other people behind their backs. 14, ridicules you and makes you feel bad about yourself. The next category, impulsivity. Trait 15, lacks self-control, spends beyond his or her means. 16, overeats, drinks too much, or abuses drugs. 17, can tend to be a workaholic. 18, initiates grand projects but can't follow through and doesn't do well with following through. Now, that doesn't mean everyone who doesn't follow through with projects is a narcissist. But if we have a number of these traits as they're starting to pile up, then we start leaning towards narcissism. 19, falls quickly in and out of idealized romantic love. Because when we are in love, we should grow into love, and then when we end the relationship, it should take a while to get over it. For a narcissist, it may be in and then out. It's flipping of a switch. 20, makes important life decisions with little forethought. Not good planner for how it's going to affect other people, how it's going to affect them. They just make life decisions and go. 21, is unfaithful in marriage or committed relationships. They don't have that commitment and connectedness. The next category, interpersonal relationships. Number 22 trait is self-absorbed, controlling, and exploitive of the relationship. 23, can be seductive and manipulative. 24, tends to be overly jealous and possessive. Excuse me. 25, dominates conversation and frequently interrupts other people. 26, is suspicious of other people's motives, always imagining the worst. 27, demands uncritical allegiance and loyalty. 28, bullies others to get his or her way. The last category is moral code and personal responsibility. 29, lies or distorts the truth for personal gain. 30, blames others or makes excuses for his or her mistakes. 31, plays the victim and uses guilt to manipulate you. 32, engages in illegal or unethical behavior. 33, feels entitled to have what he or she wants, and certainly what he or she thinks should be true. 34, comes across as self-righteous and bulletproof during arguments. And 35, inspires self-doubt when you disagree, inspires self-doubt when you disagree, shames or humiliates you. Now, those are 35 traits of the narcissist. And again, each of those categories, depending upon how many traits someone has in each category, if there are 5 traits in each category, that's really spiking up that diagnosis of narcissist. And I thought these traits would be helpful for those who have asked me about, well, who is a narcissist? What is a narcissist like? Is a narcissist just somebody I don't like and is not easy to get along with? No, it's a personality disorder. And these traits, as they mount in the number of them, point someone towards the narcissistic assessment of them. Again, we want to discover that critical mass, not just 2 or 3 traits, but there's a good number of traits that someone has to begin to think, wait a minute, I may be dealing with someone who has some real narcissistic problems. I hope that you'll join my YouTube channel. It's only $1.99 a month. And that's a paid membership, not just a subscription, but you can subscribe and then the videos, you'll be notified when I have videos. I want to thank you for watching today. Please follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at my website, www.jerrywiserelationshipsystems. Join the workshop that's coming up on reducing your reactivity on December 5th, 2020. And I hope you have a great day and be wise.